Hey Pisces, welcome to Aria Moon Tarot, and thank you so much for being here. This is your love reading for anyone with sun, moon, or rising in Pisces. It's a general reading, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If it doesn't, check your other placements. All right, let's get started. So we have duality. This says the frequency of duality supports our ability to gracefully flow with the everlasting movement among all opposites. Okay, let's put that right at the top of your reading. Ooh, okay. I want to get your tarot card and then we'll look at all of it together. So we have the Six of Pentacles. Ooh, there's something about this that I really am liking. So the first energy that's showing up is almost this like push-pull. I don't know why, but there's like this there's this feeling that something's funny about this, and I don't know what it is. So I'm hoping we can figure it out. Otherwise I just look like a crazy person because I'm laughing for absolutely no reason. But there's something funny here, something I'm picking up on this person's energy or how they're feeling about this connection that just really makes me want to laugh. If this has something to do with your connection with this person, then let me know in the comments down below. Like maybe the two of you just laugh all the time or something. Maybe I'm just picking up on that, but it's like, yeah, I just feel like I almost can't hold it together. So there's like this push-pull energy. This person feels like, I think that this person views this connection as something that is so magnetic. Like there's something so magnetic about this connection that they almost can't put their finger on, but at the same time, there's something so challenging about it too. I think that for them, and maybe for you too, it's like the ways that you and this person are different is what attracts them to you, and maybe you to them as well. And then the common ground that the two of you find, that's something that draws them in too. I think maybe this might be what is like what's funny, because it's almost like there's something weird. There's something weird here that's almost funny, because it's like something that makes perfect sense but like almost doesn't make sense at the same time about this connection. There's something about this that leaves them questioning, and there's something that they don't quite understand. It's like there's a part of them that's always searching for an answer when it comes to this. It's like this person's like, why? Like, yes, it's like they're like, why? Why do I feel this way? Why can't I let go of this relationship? Why can't I move on? Why does this person get me like this? Like it's kind of different for everyone, like depending on how your connection stands. Like why can't I stop thinking about this person when I have no logical reason to be thinking about them? There's something that's almost laughable. I feel like this person might find themselves in like fits of uncontrollable laughter, like when you just kind of feel like you're losing your mind. Like if there's any part of this connection that like you can relate to that, like maybe sometimes you feel like you're losing your mind in this. I just think this person feels like that sometimes. Like, oh, that's the feeling I have. Like why? Yes, maybe we'll get deeper and like figure out what all this questioning is. But I feel like the most general question that I could throw out there that I think is going on in this person's mind, regardless of the unique circumstances in your case, it's like, why? That's what it feels like. It feels like there's something so good here, and there's something so irritating at the same time. And this person's just asking like, why? Like, why is this all happening? And why can't I control how I feel? And why can't I just step away from this because it's so hard to figure out? And why am I losing my mind? That's what it feels like. So this connection has caused them to really like explore their own duality. I think that that's what's happened here. kind of like looking at how the two of you are very different from each other and yet very the same at the same time, which is just almost laughable sometimes, because I think it's like you can really butt heads and you can really work in perfect harmony as well. And I think maybe some of the ways that you butt heads is like funny. Like maybe you've had disagreements with this person that like it's funny, you laugh, maybe it just all ends because you're laughing or whatever, but it's like there's something about it that just doesn't make complete sense to this person, and maybe not to you either. Just feelings that you can't name, and just like nonsensical magnetism. That's what I want to say. It could be that the two of you are like come from very different backgrounds or something. But somehow, like this is what's funny about it, is that somehow, even though there are these differences, there's something so similar too, and there's something that works so well. I just looked up and saw 555 on the camera timer. So yeah, there's something so, there's something that makes so much sense about this, and something that makes so little sense about it at the same time. In the process of them kind of exploring this, like exploring why do opposites attract, and why I don't think the two of you are complete opposites, but I do think there's a certain questioning here. So like what parts of this can I offer to this, and what parts do they offer, and how does it all come together, and how does this work? They have found themselves in a place of questioning their own duality through questioning things about this relationship. So they're looking at the light aspects and the dark aspects within themselves because of this connection. You've almost held a mirror up to them. They may have done that with you too. If you're relating to this, like, what is up with this connection? Why does it feel like this? Why is it so strong? Why is it so, you know, the word that comes to mind, annoying. I feel like there's something annoying about it, but it's like, it's not in a bad way, if that's possible. It's almost like, it's so annoying how much you like this person, because it would be, like it would just be easier to not like them. But you do, and you know, now you have to deal with that. So they're looking at like all the sides of themselves when they're trying to figure out this. They're trying to figure out this connection. They're in some sort of deep exploration of the outer version of themselves versus the inner version of themselves. So the dragonfly really, for me, represents, they're super spiritual symbols. So there's a strong indication that this person has asked for some kind of spiritual guidance about this connection. They may have prayed about this. They may have like tried to meditate about this, to like get the answers, to get clarity, to bring harmony, whatever it is, the goal like that they have in their mind. They may have asked for or received spontaneously some kind of guidance around this. I think that they want to get that clarity before they share whatever this is with you. So there's something that they don't want to share with you, or that they just haven't felt comfortable with, or maybe they haven't made enough sense out of it to communicate about it, but they definitely want to get more clarity before they communicate with you. There's honestly a feeling that it's like you drive this person crazy sometimes. That is what's coming through, and it could be your energy, it could be theirs. It's most likely both of your energies, and I think that that's coming from a place of love. I don't know if this is that the two of you get under each other's skin, or if it's more of like emotional feelings that are just too much sometimes. But there is kind of this feeling, this irritation or this frustration, and at the same time there's so much harmony. So the irritation could be coming from like not being able to be together for some of you, not being able to express your feelings, because there's definitely this energy, this frustrated energy, and it's emotionally connected. There's so many emotional symbols already here that this is about emotion. This is about like, I want to say these things and I can't, or I want to be with you and I can't, or you drive me so crazy that if I had a choice in the matter, I would just leave you alone, but I love you too much to do that. Like, there's just kind of like that energy here. It feels like they care a lot about you, and maybe something about the circumstances here aren't ideal. And yeah, that feeling of like, ugh, like, why do you have to be so perfect for me? That's the irritation. Why do you have to be so perfect for me? This is annoying. Yeah, it's like it would be easier to not. It would be easier to not love you. I think that their feelings came on, like the feelings they have for you, they came on really fast and really strong. And there's really a feeling that they would do anything for you, that they would give you anything and everything if they could. And a sense that they know that they're right where they're supposed to be. Which I think could bring up that feeling of irritation too, especially if there's some kind of bump in the road. Because it's like they can't get off this train because it's like they know that this is right. So I think you're on this person's mind a lot, whether you're in their lives a lot. Like it might be that the two of you are not in communication right now, but you're on their mind all the time. And it just sort of drives them crazy because it would be easier to not have you on their mind all the time, but they don't have a choice in the matter. That's what it feels like. What I'm looking at here is like how the Six of Pentacles, the fish on the Six of Pentacles, how this really kind of mirrors this yin-yang symbol here on duality. So this is definitely a repeating message, just more confirmation. There's something about this that works in perfect harmony, even if it doesn't make logical sense to them. Or even if it would be easier if this didn't work. Like maybe there's distance between you, and it would be so much easier for them to just find somebody that is like right there, rather than have to deal with this relationship that's long distance or that has its challenges when it comes to like being together. But they can't do it because the connection that they feel with you is so strong that they can't get you out of their head. So another message is coming through right now. I'm kind of seeing like a different circumstance that I think needs to be said for somebody. I think that some of you, this might be a connection that has actually ended. And what this person isn't saying to you is that they still feel the same way about you that they did when the two of you were together or when things were working in harmony. But they just don't want to say that because it's almost like they feel like there's nothing they can do about it, so there's no point in saying it. And maybe the situation hasn't been resolved, like there is no resolution to whatever caused this to end in the first place, so what's the point of saying it? And I think sometimes they can leave you with the impression that they're fine, that they're happy, maybe even that they found somebody else. But the reality of the situation is they know that they can't just find somebody else. Like, it's really not that easy for them. And it's like they don't want to just come right out and say, look, I can't. Like, we are supposed to be together. We are meant to be together. We are perfect for each other. And I'm not okay. Like, I'm not okay with this not being a thing. That's kind of a message for some of you, and that's the irritation, because it's like I could just easily tell you this, but I'm not going to. I don't want to let you know that I'm not okay without you, that I miss you, that I think about you every single day. Yeah. Well, okay, let's look at your tarot. See if I can get a more clear picture. I do have like there are a lot of different scenarios with this reading. So we have the Eight of Swords. Definitely, I think that's that energy I was just picking up on. That's Eight of Swords energy. Queen of Swords. Something flipped. Yep. Eight of Wands. So already in the cards that have come out, I'm seeing patterns already. So we had the 8 of Swords and the 8 of Wands. So 2 8s have come out. The 8 of Swords and the Queen of Swords. 2 swords have come out. Yeah. 10 of Wands. Yeah. You know, you guys, there's a heaviness to this. There's a heaviness, and then something that feels kind of light and kind of like almost kind of playful at the same time. Knight of Cups. I think that this person felt like they needed to slow things down here. So if they are the ones, like if they've pulled back, they needed to slow things down a little bit in some way or some part of this relationship. Something caused them to want to take a pause and really consider this. And that's the first thing that jumps out to me, because the only card that came out in reverse for you is the 8 of Wands right in the center of your reading. So if this is a connection that has stalled out, this is why. There's some reflection going on here, and there's something this person's trying to learn about themselves. They're trying to explore who they are as a person. They're trying to explore the lighter and the darker aspects of their own personality and figure out how to put all of this together with you. I think really this has to do with inner reflection and the pondering that they've been doing. And they're getting in touch with a deeper side of themselves, probably a more spiritual side. The dragonfly makes me think that. Really the duality card makes me think that too. So there's probably a spiritual component to this. It feels like they needed some time to find their way out of some kind of mental block that they've had around this connection. There is or was a lot of self-doubt here. I'm hung up on that mental block because I think there is something about this that they know is a mental block for them, like it's a mental hurdle for them to get over, and they may have had to pull back so that they could figure that out. Like some of the circumstances that might keep this connection like at a distance or keep some kind of separation between the two of you, some of them might, like some of the circumstances might be real in some way, like there's something real, there's something solid about them in one way, but in another way it's like it could be a matter of them needing to change their mind about something. And it's like they needed to step back and take the time to rethink and to kind of let themselves out of this mental prison that was keeping them from being able to see how this can work better or how it can work at all, depending on what's going on in your relationship. I think this person kind of wonders at times if they're going to be everything you need them to be. The reason I'm saying this really, I mean, there's a feeling, and I got goosebumps when I said that, this idea of duality here, and it's like, they want to play their perfect role. Like, let's say that this is them and this is you, and together you come together to make this whole, and it's something that's perfect. It's something that's complete. It's something that's stable. With the 6 of Pentacles energy, it's like it would be stable for both of you to play your appropriate roles in this. Do whatever it is that you need to do, kind of like build each other up in the ways you need to, and connect on the levels you need to, and just work in harmony. But because they can see that there's something so perfect here, they almost worry that they won't come through with their half of the deal, and it can get them in their heads a lot, because it's like they see the whole perfect thing, and it's like, well, if I don't do everything I'm supposed to do, if I have these hang-ups, if I can't open up, then it's not going to work. It's not going to be the perfect whole that it could have been, and it's almost like they would rather step away from it and try to figure out how to show up the way they want to, than to come incomplete. I'm not saying that would be your ideal scenario, because that's probably not what you would rather them do, especially if they don't communicate about this need to pull back or to figure things out. But it's what they feel they need to do. I think that in order for them to act on the passion that they feel, because there's a lot of passion here. I like this 8 of Wands, 10 of Wands. There's a lot of passion going on here, and in order for them to really act on that, it's like they have to clean up the mental stuff. And they know that they're not going to be their best version if they're constantly questioning if they can really open up or receive love. So I think that the two of you have either been really open with each other in terms of communication, or you will be with this Swords energy, this Queen of Swords energy. This could be your energy or theirs. In this case, I feel like it's both of your energies. Like, you may have had a conversation with this person at some point and like really kind of laid it all out there. I think that the two of you might be better at communicating about like facts, about things that are more simple than emotions, about things that are like you can get really clear and you can get logical with each other. This could also be communication that came through as like really harsh. Like maybe the two of you had a fight and it was very cutting communication, but it just feels like there's going to be some sort of communication, and it feels like this person needs that to kind of move into the energy that they want to be in. Because I'm seeing this as a progression, and we're starting out with Swords, moving into Wands, and then finally to Cups. And I think this is kind of like where their comfort level is. They can communicate with you logically, and they'll do that first. They can show you their passion, and they'll do that once you've communicated, and then they can show you their heart, and they'll do that once the passion has been established and once the communication has been established. But it's like they work in this methodical way, in this way that makes sense to them. And I think the two of you have this ability to be very level-headed with each other. Like, you can be very rational. You can have rational conversations. There might be some sort of question that this person needs answered, like information that they feel they're missing, and that they're going to be trying to get that information from you. It went a little bit heavy, but I still think there's something fun here. There's some kind of fun energy, but I am about to talk about the 10 of Wands. So, what I like about the 10 of Wands always is that it's the end of a cycle. So this card really shows that it's the end of some sort of difficulty. So this person wants to get their thoughts and feelings sorted out and to move through this. And moving through this for them means moving into this Knight of Cups energy. They have this really mushy-gushy side to them, but it's almost like you have to peel back the other layers to get to it. A few layers. this whole logical and communicative layer has to be peeled back, and this passionate layer has to be pulled back before that emotion is just freely available. But they definitely have that part of them. It feels like the emotion lies beyond that logic and beyond that passionate part of them, and they kind of bury it. But they want for it to come to the surface with you. Yeah, let's get some messages. Let's get some messages from this person and find out what they would say to you if they could, or if they would. Okay. Yeah. We have, I want to tell you how I feel. Yes, this is the Swords energy. That's why they're kind of leading with the communication part. They want to tell you how they feel before they show you how they feel. They just feel more comfortable talking about it, which is good. I mean, communication is great. I think they want to open up that dialogue with you. So let's see what else we have. Oh, we had 2 cards pop out. So we had first, you speak to me through music, and so many things remind me of you. Yeah. I think that this is basically saying you're on this person's mind all the time, because yeah, they see you, they hear you in music, but it's not just that, it's everything. And that's that energy that I was picking up on before. It's like, you are so annoying. You're so annoying because I can't get you out of my head. That's deep. Like, that's actually really deep emotion. When you are annoyed with somebody because you see them everywhere you go and because they're in just every breath you breathe, it's, that's deep. I don't know what else to say about that. Like, their feelings for you are super, super deep. Maybe even a little bit too much, to the point that they found themselves in this Eight of Wands. But they want to open up. They want to communicate. They want to talk. They want to release the burden and move on to the next phase. And that is a really good thing. But I think that this person's deep feelings for you are really... or their hidden feelings for you are super deep, and that is why it's going to be hard to get those out for them. Like, it has been challenging for them, but I think that they're good at communicating, and I think you are too. So that's going to help it to come out. It's just the depth of it. The depth of it is overwhelming to them. So I think I'm going to leave it there. I think that's all the messages I see. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and letting me read your cards. I absolutely loved doing this reading. If you liked the video, if it resonated, don't forget to click like, leave me a comment down below, and hit subscribe and the bell notification so you'll be notified when I post another video. And I really hope to see you in another reading really soon. Bye!